right. I am your girl, Princess with the Real, and today I'm sitting down with another wonderful guest. As you already know, I like my guests to introduce themselves. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, let the people know who you are and where you from.
What's good, everybody? I go by the name Face or Faseworld. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Currently in Atlanta right now. Yep, that's who I am. That's who I is.
Okay, so now let's jump right into it because I don't do small talk. So, when did you get started in the music industry? How old were you?
Man, when I got started, I was probably like 8 or 9 years old. Cause my pops, he was a rapper, like a local rapper in Brooklyn, and he was real dope. So that's kind of like when I fell in love with hip hop. I would have his cassettes or whatever and just walk around with him. So yeah.
Oh
I
wow,
wanted. I was like, I'm
okay.
gonna try this too. I'm gonna try to do this too.
Now, the first time you tried it, how did it go?
When I first started rapping, I was violent. I thought everything had to be a curse because I was addicted to like music videos and stuff. So I thought if you wasn't cursing, you wasn't rapping. So I would write my stuff down and make sure I got like a curse word every couple of words. It would have never made radio.
And you was young.
Yeah. I'm from Brooklyn. We be cursing early. We come out
Okay,
cursing out
okay.
there, especially when our parents ain't. Well, when our parents ain't around.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. You was young, so I know you were doing all that cursing in the song and letting your daddy hear it.
Yeah, I mean, see where I'm from, a lot of times we're not with our parents a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Cause they be working, so we babysit ourselves. I see that like between the South and the North. I see like it's a big difference there as far as like kids having family around and always there's always somebody to watch somebody. Like in New York, a
Mm.
lot of times we be by ourselves and we can't open the door or leave the house till our parents come because they don't want nobody to know we there. It's a lot of cases like
Oh,
that, so
okay.
we be on the. Yeah, I'm going there.
I like that though. I like that. I like to hear the backstory because I like to know like who you are as a person because that made you who you are as an artist.
Yeah, yeah. It made me real
So
independent.
okay, so you were independent because of the lifestyle of how you came up.
I believe so. Yeah, cause that's how I treat the music game. Like I don't feel like I won't come for handouts. I don't want anybody to do for me or even be able to say they did, but so much without me already doing my due diligence. You feel me? So yeah.
So what steps did you take to make something out of the career that you wanted? Like what was that first studio session like? I know your first rap was you was trying to curse and stuff, but once they told you you ain't had to curse all the time like that, what was
Yeah.
that first studio session experience like?
When I first went in the studio, like I said, I was a kid. So the first studio experience was long. Like we went in. Now that I understand what this whole studio thing is, we basically went in. The producer made the beat, which took the longest, and then we went in and did the song. So we probably went in the studio around 7 and then come out to like 3, 4 in the morning.
Oh
And that's
wow.
from mainly sitting there while the producer is producing and like my pops and us telling him parts we like and he taking different things. It was a long process then. It ain't that long now. I could get you done in 1 hour.
Okay, okay. So back then you was really putting in work. Unlike because when you think about that from then and now, like people back then actually did put in a lot more work than people are putting in now to get their name out there.
Yeah. I think what threw me kind of like off was because I ended up going to the military. So I felt like, at first I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I just wanted to be a rapper or a gangster or the biggest drug dealer. Like I wanted to be those things. Like I was like, I'm gonna grow up and be that. That's what I wanted to do. But then I joined the military and started
But what
seeing
made you join the military?
man, it really was on some street shit. Like my OGs was really, they seen a lot in me. they was like, man, you gonna be something big, and they kind of pushed for me to leave because it was really hot for me in the hood at that time. So they kind of pushed for me to leave, but I'm glad they did that because, you know what I'm saying, I was able to see the world. I was an ignorant nigga. I ain't even gonna front. Like, it was
Okay,
easy.
so tell me a little bit about that ignorance. What was you doing?
I don't know. I don't remember all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? But I do
That's how
know
you
that
know
the
you was ignorant.
Lord has saved me.
So how long were you in the military?
I was in the military for 6 years, 7 years.
Were you working on music and stuff then?
That's the
Or you
thing.
just
See,
completely...
my first couple of years, I wasn't. And then after a while, I started meeting like producers and different people in the military. And that's kind of what like sparked me back up. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I like this. So yeah. But once that
So you
fire
got
came
back to
back,
it?
yeah, once that fire came back, and I ended up being like on land, I started doing shows, started a record label. Me and one of my homeboys started a record label. It was a lot. Like I just already knew what to do. Like you said, from when I was a kid, I already knew what to do. So I kind of came in knowing too much already. So that's always been my downfall with this music shit anyway. Cause I don't play dumb. You know, I could play dumb, but so much. You know what I'm saying? And I like even with my career, I feel at this point I don't really want nobody to help me at this point. I might as well just keep going by myself. Not by myself, but I got a team. But you know what I'm saying? Just keep
Doing it like
pushing.
you doing it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with it. Like,
So you've been independent this whole time?
I've been independent this whole time. Like, I signed like one bum deal with Malico Records, but I got out of that kind of quick because, you know, they wasn't doing nothing for me that I couldn't do for myself. So I had to get. It's kind of like they was trying to take my connections. So yeah.
And see, and that be people downfall. A lot of people don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. It's like when you go on a team, you might be the one that's shining, but they making it seem like, oh, we helping you, but really you helping them. So that was the situation you was in.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I
so
see that a lot now too.
And now when y'all parted ways, how was that? Was it a bad situation?
Nah, it wasn't bad. It was kind of it was nothing that could be done. I had just moved to Atlanta too. They already knew, you know, either somebody was going to take to what I got going on, or I was going to go myself anyway. So it was not. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay, so that was back home. Okay. So they were trying to take advantage of you before. Was that before you went into the military?
Nah, that was like coming like towards the end because I got out the military to do this. Like I got out to do this. Yeah, they let me out. They let me out a little early so I could, because I wanted to pursue my music. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no turning back. So you got
out and you moved to Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of around the same time. Huh?
As soon as you got out the military, you moved to Atlanta?
Yeah. I had a plan. Oh, wow. I had the house waiting and everything.
Oh, you had a house waiting?
I had the plan. Look, I'm all in. I was all in. It wasn't no playing with it. Like, I was all in.
Oh, wow. Like, so, yeah, like, that's yeah, wow. So you was ready to go. You weren't playing at all. So how did you get a house already here?
Because, you know, you got to come scout the place, do your little house leave, you know what I'm saying? See where you want to live, check the different areas. And I already had people here. So, you know, they kind of wanted me to go on the north side, though. But this at the time that I came, I was more resonating with the south side. So this is where I've been my whole time. So you
enjoyed being on the south?
Yeah. I felt when I got here, I felt like it was a lot of stuff that the South was missing that I could contribute, you know, to kind of helping it. It was a little boring over here, but Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So speak on that. What you mean it was boring?
It was kind of boring. I mean, Atlanta at least try, like, that the city area, they at least try. But for me, on this side, it was quiet. It was just, oh man, it was driving me crazy. It was driving me
Oh, so
crazy.
you was trying to get that side
Yeah,
lit.
yeah, yeah.
So what did you do to try to make it pop?
All right, so okay, I started trying my hand on entrepreneurship because, like, when I had started my label, I realized, like, okay, boom, an artist got a couple of things going on. So before I even moved here, I had my own water. It's called Face 2X, and I had my own clothing line called Shaface Clothing. So I was like, oh shit, I kind of like this entrepreneurship stuff too. So I opened up a store on Tara Boulevard in the discount mall, a clothing store. I wanted to try my clothing line. That was bad.
Okay.
That was bad.
What kind of clothes? What kind of clothes was you doing?
The t-shirts, the sweatsuits, the hats, you know what I'm saying? I had all of that going, and then I had my water in there. And then I started selling sneakers in there, like real sneakers. So like I said, I didn't really know the area like that. But niggas really used to walk in there like, hey, you ain't got no fake Air Ones. I'd be like, what? I didn't know they knew it was fake, that they was. I didn't know, man. It was crazy. But I ain't do good
So
there.
you were trying to get them real authentic stuff, and they was looking for the bootleg.
Man, I was trying, and I was lowering the prices. My profit margin was so low because I just wanted the people to have the real thing. That's my problem. I think I'm like Robin Hood or somebody. That's my problem right there.
You're trying to look out for everybody else.
Yeah, man. That's my
Now, who
problem.
looking out for you? Who you got on your team looking out for you? You got a good support team?
I got a good support team. Cause let me go back to the store. It closed because it
Okay.
was bad. It was just throwing money in there. It was bad. And then I
But
ended
how
up
bad was it? Like, it was bad because you were spending too much money?
yeah, it was that. People supported it, but it wasn't impactful. It wasn't nothing like that could impact the community. My little unknown clothing store, my real sneakers. Like, it was nothing that was impacted anything. So to make a long story short, I ended up getting a building over here. And because I realized a lot of the studios over here used to be in people's house. And that's unsafe, you know what I'm saying? Some people wanna, and then I started hearing people, even me, I used to record in Jimmy Carter and on Metropolitan. So, I used to take the drive down there too. But I started realizing, I was like, damn, if had a studio like a piece of Atlanta right here, it'd save them some gas. So that was my
Mm-hmm.
whole idea. So I opened up that, and then it had like a lounge. I created a lounge so people could do events, throw parties, all that shit. I basically brought Atlanta here, and yeah, I've been open for a minute now.
Okay, so my question is you open one business, you shut one business down, you say you put too much money in it, then you run around and open up a whole nother business. Where all this money coming from?
There's money coming from music, girl. I told you I could connect that music for you. You look, everybody ain't gotta be Drake, man. If you know how to connect everything and you build a core fan base, you gonna be all right. See, everybody looks for the obvious. Sometimes it's not the obvious. It's that little person right under your nose that you ain't paying attention to, and you asking them questions. You like, how's this motherfucker doing this?
Look, cause that's my question. How is you doing it? Cause you ain't saying nothing about how you was getting to the money. So what was you doing in the music that was helping you do the businesses?
The music was already streaming. So what I started saying was, okay, I'm a business. So I opened a studio. Then people, of course, want to book sessions. Then I create an event space. Because people want to do, at the time, I used to allow smoking in the building. So people over here wanted to have a nice space that they could smoke and chill and, be ducked off. This was the spot. We got
Mm-hmm.
the bartenders, we got hookahs. This is the spot over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then recently, you hearing the money yet?
Huh?
Are you hearing the money yet? Are you seeing where the money coming from yet now?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hearing it now.
So recently, we maybe a year ago, we invested into a U-Haul franchise. So now, who got the community? I got U-Haul, I got recording, I got events, I got conference rooms, I got a beauty supply store, a new building.
Just running businesses, one business after another.
I'm just saying. We putting them. I'm top of the money together for you. I'm trying to get it right for you.
But okay, so with everything that you was doing and everything that you was putting together, let's say if it's an up and coming person right now who's like, I see he getting to the money, I see he made some things happen. What would you tell them like your process was of how you got established?
Man, I took risks. I never had a business loan, even till this day. Like I would run myself to $0. I would take the chance because I'm real spiritual. Like I feel like I got powers. Like I could think up money and it's like a never ending pot. Like it's like this. Like I'll be at $0 and then somebody will call me and be like, oh, I just put some money in, I just brought this, so I'm gonna need this, I'm gonna need that, and then boom. Like that's how I live my life. And I know like a lot of people rather be safe. They rather have like a hard plan and they, before they make a move. Me, I just jump off the roof because I believe so much. So if I could tell somebody that it's risky, like to do what I do, to do it the way I did it, but my back against the wall, I'm all in. But some people,
worked though.
It worked. It worked. It cost a lot of money, but like I told you, it was like a never-ending pot. Like.
But now is everything kind of like settled where is you just maintaining it now?
Yeah,
or
like
feel like a never-ending pot.
I ain't gonna lie, like I'm blessed, man. Like I be trying to be humble, and a lot of times this the first interview I really talk about my businesses, like go a little more in depth. But I cannot lie to you, I'm blessed. I had my studio for 6 years. They told me a studio on this side would not last. They threw all the big names at me, and now we charge more than the big names. You know what I'm saying? And and U-Haul is a great partnership. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like the businesses are on automatic. So my next big thing is this beauty supply store. We already started stocking. I predict good numbers, so I know we got to come correct when we open. But it's called Bliss Beauty.
What you selling wigs and stuff?
Yeah, everything.
You know that's what the girls coming for.
Everything. And then we even got a little parlor in the back that you can go be cleansed, like a foot cleanse. You put your foot in the it's about. I'm south side.
Where is that to be at?
It's on North Erie Boulevard, 6055 North Erie Boulevard. It's called Bliss Beauty Supply. But right now you could log on to blissbeautysupply.com and check out our website, and we're on Instagram as well.
Y'all got inventory on the website?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check you out.
Check me out.
I'm good about buying hair, and I like to get my feet massaged.
You know what I'm saying?
One-stop shop.
What? And if you feel like recording or going to have like a little party, you could call your girls and y'all have some drinks. You could pull up to Dream House Hangar Bay Lounge. Told you want some hookahs? We good. We got you.
What? What time y'all close?
Man, we ain't got no curfew. It's the South Side. I'm trying to think of my next business. I might just get a restaurant next. Just own a whole boulevard.
It sounds like it sounds like something else is coming with it. Like I don't think this is the end of the business is opening up.
This is addictive. You know what I'm saying? I watch a lot of entrepreneurs and people, like, I'm starting to get into this. Like I never, people used to be like, man, you smart, man, you this, you, and I never even understood my own value. I'd be like, man, come on, gassing, whatever. But now I'm at a time that I'm understanding my worth and I want to be greater. So now I just listen to millionaires. I listen to people that's done it already, because it's a formula, you know, and you can do a formula over and over again if it works. So I listen to people and I apply it to me, and I do want to keep going.
So that's how you got your. So that was my next question is with these different, because it's not the same type of business. You got different types of business. You put your money in different pots. So in regards to doing that, what steps did you take to make sure, you know, you was covering yourself and making sure you understood the different types of businesses? Because you got to understand the business in order to run the business.
You got to understand the business. You got to do your research. You got to do your research with everything. That's how I knew to put a studio here. Now a studio's getting around. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know the studio business. It was more for me like, okay, we going to just rent this out. That was my plan. And it just, I started learning the business, and I was like, oh, I can't have this type of person working here. I can't have this chick working here. I started catching different things. These clients, I don't want these type of clients, raise the price. Like, you start learning stuff. You start learning.
Raise the price.
Raise the price. They will come. Like,
and is it working though?
Yes.
And now, hold on, through the COVID, because, you know, when I had to post a post to let people know, like, I know everybody in 2020 was saying it was a struggle. I didn't struggle in 2020. I felt like 2020 was my come up year, you know, entering into 2021. How did your businesses, you know, make it through the COVID of 2020?
I mean, we still here. What I will say is, of course, studio time and events and stuff, that kind of like around March, I believe, that just went dead. But like I said, I go with my gut when I make these moves too. Like I tap in, and it just so happened we not too long ago had signed a situation with U-Haul. I didn't know U-Haul was non-essential.
Oh, wow.
So I was able to keep my studio open through the pandemic, and people were still able to book because all the other studios was closed.
You teamed up with the right people.
And then my crazy ass, like I told you, I jump off the roof. I go get another building at that time.
During the pandemic, stuff shutting down, people going out of work, and you go get another building.
Figure this was perfect. As soon as we get the building key, right, I start looking for furniture, because you know they trying to get rid of it. Man,
True.
the beauty supply up like at least half the store with shelves and everything for probably $300.
Oh, wow. So that's how you got the beauty supply business going. Smart.
I filled the shelf. Well, I filled it with shelves. We still had to get the inventory, but you know that shelving is a lot of money.
That shelving be expensive.
Yeah, so when people try and get rid of it, because this it's unfortunate, but you know they closing their stores and stuff.
In your favor.
They worked it out. Hey, when the iron was hot, I pressed against it, because that's what you're supposed to do. When times is like a pandemic, the weak people folded and the strong people saw an opportunity in it, because that's all it was an opportunity. A lot of people. Mm-hmm.
I feel like before the pandemic, we were talking about the same people over and over. The same people was getting the shine. The same people was being talked about. Then in the pandemic, those people kind of got shut down. So you had to look at other people. You had to give other people a chance and other people opportunity. And now it's a lot of people flourishing right now.
Yeah. It worked out for a lot of people. You know, it was unfortunate for a lot, but it wasn't bad for everybody.
So now, did you get any of them loans that they were giving out?
I never had a loan, man. And I ain't gonna lie, like
even through the pandemic.
I applied for the SBA thing, and they even wrote something back saying that I needed proof that my business was legitimate. I was like, this shit always happened to me. Whenever I want something, it's extra. So I just let it go. I never even hit them back. I was like, man, I don't even want your loan. I was just doing it because everybody else said they was getting it.
I already had because I'm the same way. I don't want nobody else doing it for me. I'd rather do it on my own. I'd rather be able to say that I did it. It came from me. Not, I got my success because so-and-so did it all. They put the money in it for me. Mm-hmm. So I like that mentality of it. So the beauty salon, when you plan on opening the doors for people to start shopping?
The plan right now is March 3rd. The beauty supply will be open. We want to have a nice big grand opening, but we still getting some stuff done. So, but I'm gonna be in touch with you about that for real.
Yeah, because I want to be in the building, showing out. We go turn up on grand open day.
I know, right? Everything.
So you got that going. The studio in the works. Now, are you looking, because here's the thing is, through 2HotRadio, we work with a lot of artists that are up and coming, trying to get their name out there, trying to get their face out there. And I have artists coming to me, like, hitting me up on the regular, sending me their music, or just reaching out to me, asking me if I know people that could help them out in their music career. Like, do you work with those kind of people? What would you say to those type of people?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't think I have arrived to that area yet, because there's times that I did try to help people and it was a smack in the face. So like this right now is a selfish time for me. I do got artists under me that I will be releasing like in the next few months or weeks, but I don't know. I just tell those people to find somebody that they could resonate with and just come correct. Like people like honest people, like people in position like to know you really sincere. And even if you acting sincere, they could tell, they could read through you already and know like this some shit. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So just be your true self. If you want to work with somebody that's already there, just show them that you're being your true self. Even if you don't have to be perfect, but just be you. Shit.
Be you, authentically you. Now, with that being said, so in regards to studio time and stuff, what's your fees?
Well, over here at Dream House Studios, we charge $100 an hour for the studio. We charge $100 an hour for the event space and $50 an hour for our podcast room.
Okay. So all y'all rent out the podcast room for people to do podcasts?
Yeah. This is where I'm at right now. Let me see. This table a little messy.
Look, I be seeing it online. It just looks. I mean, the studio look big.
It's a building.
The studio, the whole look big.
You got a nice little piece of
it online. I be like, I need to go walk through the studio.
Come do your walkthrough, girl. Come do your walkthrough.
I'm gonna have to come do a walkthrough because it look nice. It look well put together. It look like it need me walking through there.
Hey, you are always welcome.
Okay, don't say that.
You always welcome.
So you got the studio going, you got the hair business, you doing the music. What other stuff you doing right now? I feel like I left something out.
That's about it right now. I think
that's it right now.
I'm working on an album though. I'm working on my 5th album, my 5th selling album. It's called The Rise of Faseworld. I don't exactly know what date it's going to come out, but I will say it's in production right now as far as being mixed and mastered. So it'll be.
So you said this is the 5th album. This is the 5th album. Talk to me a little bit about the 1 through 4 and how those did for you, what kind of music you was putting out with those albums, and what kind of traction you got as far as like tours, shows, and things like that.
So 1 through 4 was basically me trying to develop my sound. Well, not 4, maybe 1 through 3 was me developing my sound, trying to figure out who Face want to be, because I always had different styles. And when I moved to Atlanta, I always been like a Southern New Yorker because my family's from the South. We Spanish and we from the South. It's crazy. Anyway, so I always been kind of Southern in my own right. But when I came here, it was more like trying to sound like I was from here because it was a trending sound for music, period. I'm kind of over that shit right now. So my last 2 albums been me. Like, I'm a storyteller. I'm animated. Like, even though I got like a soft voice, a real nigga know I'm real. You know, you can't, they like to judge people over how they look or how they sound. Like, real is real. Real come in different shapes, forms, fashions, colors. You know what I'm saying? Real is real.
And real recognize real.
That part.
So yeah, so that's my whole thing is when I'm reaching out to people saying, hey, I want to do an interview with you, it ain't just because, oh, I see you got a following or nothing like that. It's because something about you seemed real to me. So now I'm like, okay, let me see what they got going on. Let me see if they got something that's going to inspire and motivate other people, because it seems real, but it's also low key. Because it's not like you trying to just shove stuff in people's face. You're not trying to like name drop, do all that kind of stuff. You just authentically you and making things happen. So I respect that.
You know, honestly, I appreciate you for respecting that, because like I was thinking for a minute, well, from how people receive me, they don't like that. Like I'm like, I've been so honest with people. I've did so much. I know everybody got this story, but I just gotta say it. Like, I did so much for people, been so real with people that's not even respected as much as a motherfucker that got a great pitch. He could tell you everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
And that's the problem. That's the problem with society. That's the problem with people in the world is they rather go with the person who got the biggest name out here than the person that can do the most for you. They rather, oh, I support this person because everybody else support them, instead of supporting somebody that's up and coming who's doing just as great as that person that everybody else supporting. That's the problem with the world. That's why it's so hard for people to get on, because people too busy dick riding the people who already on and already getting money and don't care two shits about what they got going on. They don't talk back and resonate with the people. Like, people don't pay attention to that. They too on, the glitz and glamour of the celebrity. Oh, they wearing all the jewelry. They wearing all the name brand. You ain't rocking that. You ain't vibing like they vibing. Nah, real, genuine people, you ain't got to do that. It's in you, not on you.
Exactly. And that's those people reward. And like you said, once those people get to that point that they able to do that, why would you think they have to talk to you? They don't need to talk to you. And you're right. That's like, I don't understand that. Even me, I'm always like, okay, who next? What's the next? What's this? What's the next promoter? Who the next DJ? Cause like, names change out every year. Names change out. Motherfuckers don't be in the same position. This motherfucker still bragging about bringing in rappers that I don't even know from years ago. Who cares? What are you doing right now?
And that's my other thing. That's why I like genuine people who don't like name drop and do stuff like that. My thing is those people who also be online and always want to repost who they took a picture with, repost a scene from years ago. Like, that happened. That's over with now. Like, what you got going right now?
Yes.
Like, and that's the thing is people still getting praised for shit that they did years ago just because they reposted it.
Exactly. Like, make new memories. Like, at the end of the day, you got to go home and look in the mirror, and you got to tell yourself, I did not advance, or I did not accomplish anything. And you going to live with that? That's not cool with me. I by this time next year, I need to be somewhere further. Like, I need to constantly be going up this ladder. You know what I'm saying? I'm not cool with being on the same level.
And that's the problem. A lot of people cool with being stagnant because it's like, oh, I'm getting to the money, but you stagnant. And is you doing something with that money that you get into? Because that's my other thing is when I see people, money don't impress me. I've been working all my life, so seeing somebody with money, that don't impress me because I take care of me. So when you online and you flossing your money, when you online and you trying to look like the Joneses and wear all the hottest stuff, like, that don't make you real. And it don't make it seem like you got money because you wasting your money. You spending your money frivolously. I get online and I ask some of these celebrities who be spending their money crazy and be like, hey, pay my student loans or something, you know. You just pay that much on the purse, you know, pay my student loans. Like, y'all always say you help people. My whole thing is a lot of people who out here that say they help people and a lot of people that say they for the people, they do it for themselves. It's not really for the people.
It's a show, and you got to have your cameras, and you got to post it online. Like, one thing that I used to do, and people did know me for, was going out to, you know, feeding the homeless. I've done that from state to state. You know what I'm saying? And when I got here, at first, when I went down to feed the homeless, I did get it documented. I had the, you know, the camera there and this and that. And then I started seeing, like, because I didn't have the ill intent by doing it. I just wanted people to see that what's going on here and that I'm here to help them. You know?
You're here.
But now, like you said, it looks like totally different. It don't even look cool no more because other niggas is doing it now on Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and Valentine's, all the holidays. But you know, during the year, we still out there giving people jackets, coats, blankets, food. You know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to put it on camera. Not my people are not allowed to take a picture, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Because if you give it back and you doing it from the heart, I always feel like if you're doing it from the heart, you don't need gratitude from nobody. You don't need nobody to say, oh, you did that. Like, just do that, move on to the next. Like, so when I see stuff like that online, it kind of make me look sideways at people. Like, I'm one of those type of people, like, my mouth real slick, and that's why I don't deal with a lot of people, because I don't do fugazi type stuff. I don't like people who put on, people who try to act like they better than somebody else, because we all people, we all put our clothes on the same way. So a lot of people look at the people in the industry, like with your studio. A lot of people may be like, oh, well, so-and-so, he a big celebrity, and he got a studio. I'm going to go use his studio. What's the difference? A studio, as long as you got the quality and everything is right with quality, that should be the only thing that matters, not which person is the person running the studio.
Exactly. Like, I'm going to tell you this. I'm glad that you said that, because I do a lot of case studies. Like, I'll use my, there's a couple of us that run Dream House Studios Instagram. So what I like to do is I want to know where the numbers is coming from, because like our Instagram is a weird Instagram. Like, it might have 10 likes a post, 12 likes a post, but we actually get more clients than what it shows as far as interactions and stuff on the internet. So that's a very valuable Instagram to us. So I want to know where these numbers are coming from. And I want to know what kind of people are following us right now. What's their mind frame? So I posted a video of Lil Durk talking about he has a truck company and a real estate company. And everybody knows he's a rapper. Okay, he's more of a successful rapper. I give you that. Out of those three things, I'll give you that. You feel me? But like you said, they come in here and look at me crazy. If I say 100 an hour, one guy told me, I might as well just go to Patchwork. You might as well. Because I already know that I can say what I want about Patchwork, but I'm not going to do it. But my point is, Lil Durk said 3 companies. I just told you I have a clothing line, my own artesian water, a beauty supply store, a studio, a franchise. And you know how much likes that my post got going right behind maybe the day after Lil Durk's? Probably about 13. And
that one, and the one you posted on Dirt, how many likes you got?
It probably about 200.
And that's the thing I don't like. Honestly, that's something that I don't like about social media. I play with social media. So I'll post a post one day with my chest hanging out just to see how many likes I get. That thing go up to the hundreds. Then I post a post talking some real stuff and don't nobody like it.
No.
So it's all for glitz and glamour. Like, I feel like people don't want to hear the real. They just want to see what everybody else liking is what they gonna like. What everybody else reposting, that's what they gonna repost.
That's what it is. It's like, it's so fake. And I wish I had the system that the celebrities have, because when motherfuckers DM them, for some reason they don't answer nothing. That's that's hard for me because if I get a message and it start off looking like something interesting, I'll be like, fuck it, I open it, like I don't be wanting to open them shit, but I need to know what kind of system they got because I don't want to open none of them, like, period. But I'll be like,
yeah, that is true. Now, and with you having a studio and being in the music industry, I know, like, since I started at 2HotRadio, and I ain't even been there but a month or two, people been flooding my DMs with music and stuff. And I'm like, I personality, so I know you get flooded. How do you handle that kind of stuff?
Man, I think because I look at Instagram as a job, so I think that's why I be focused on it. Like, I don't know. Like, niggas be hitting me up like, hey, man, I need a manager. I be like, I'm not a manager. So if you're approaching me as a manager, that means you did no research and I don't want to talk to you. And I wish we could have like a course on how artists or models or whoever is looking for opportunities. I wish we could have a course on how they could start their message. Because it's certain things they say and how they say it that fucks them up before they can even get in the game.
I swear. People just don't get it. Like, you got to approach but the thing is they're so used to approaching certain people a certain way, and they think they can approach everybody like that. Everybody ain't the same. You can't approach everybody like you approach your homeboy. Like, you got to have some professionalism about yourself. And a lot of people they come with a professionalism last. They start off talking crazy, and then they want to get professional. I don't even want to hear it no more.
Yeah, like, who you talking to? Me and you, yeah.
We're here. I like, because I'm all about a real vibe, and that's why I like to hear people's stories of, whether it's your life story, your music story, because that tells me who you are. Because as you start to speak and you start to open up about things, I can read you like a book on, okay, is this really real? Is this person putting on for the camera? Like, I can spot that stuff out, and I'm the type of person that just, I out you if I know that you saying some fake stuff. Like, I will out you. So that's what I like about this interview, is because I can tell that you're genuine with what you're doing. And you should be having a lot of business and stuff coming to you. You should have a lot of stuff going on just because it's genuine. You're doing it on your own. You're building. You're not just doing it. You're selfish, but at the same time, everything that you're doing is to help somebody else. The hair business. Everybody need hair. Music. Everybody out here doing music. U-Haul. People move all the time. Like, water. We got to drink water. Like, so it's businesses that's selfish for you, but it works for everybody.
Right. You are so smart. You are smart. And that's what I would tell. That's what I want to tell people that start businesses or want to start businesses. Because exactly what you said, even though I have to focus on myself, I made sure there was a way that I could still have something that everybody could use. And that's exactly, you hit it right on the nail. Because that's what an entrepreneur is here to change the world, cultivate the world. That's what an entrepreneur is. So you hit it on the nail. I'm proud. Oh, man, you smart. I better keep on 2HotRadio. You better keep them.
It's important. It's so important that people have those type of businesses. You could be selfish and do it for yourself, but it is important to make it look like, at least, that you out here for other people. And those type of businesses, it's all helping other people. Yeah, you got to spend money. And that's the other problem, is a lot of people want to make it. A lot of people want everything in life, but they don't want to pay for nothing.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Let me get some free studio time. Like, huh?
Talent alone ain't getting nobody nowhere. They gotta know that.
No, you got to pay some money. Now, in regards to that, because even with me, I have family and friends who feel like, oh well, we cool. Like, I don't have to go by the same rules as everybody else. Everything is business. If it's a part of my business, I'm gonna treat you like you a customer. You ain't family and friend at this time. You're a customer. So how do you do in that regards to your businesses?
I treat everybody like a customer. My family, besides my immediate family, my family is not like really too active in my life and or with my businesses. But my plan, you know, as things go up, I do want to put some of my cousins, involve them in the record label, you know, arena. But yeah, I just I don't know. I treat everybody like a customer because if you don't, I just hate when people try to play with me, like, and I don't mean like play with me like in a fight way, but play with me as far as business, because you know you got a lot of people that try to attach to you and try to make it seem like y'all cool, and you be like, you don't even know me like that. It's $10, nigga. Try to call me bro. I ain't your bro, shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand those people, so it's like, don't be nice to me. This is the price. We could be nice after you pay it. Like, don't try to fucking act like we cool and shit. Like, fuck out of here. Get mad.
And that be my problem, because I'm that person. Like, don't act like we cool. Pay that price. And if you don't want to pay that price, go ahead. I don't need you. So I lose people because I'm like that. So being like that, have you lost people in your life for, you know, sticking to your business of what the way you want to operate and run your business?
I've lost plenty of people, and honestly, the way I think about it, if I lost you, you ain't supposed to be here, because the people, anybody that I ever lost in my life, it was for a dumbass reason, because I didn't say yes to something, or I didn't do something fast enough, or I stuck to my brand and I stood up for my brand. So I have to give any of them things away for you to be in my life. Get the hell out of my life. You don't want to see me grow. And you don't want to grow with me.
That's it. And a lot of people don't resonate that what you just said. That is the realest thing right there, is if you don't want to grow with me, then I'm going to grow on my own. I'm going to leave you behind. And a lot of people don't understand it. It's like, oh, well, you think you bigger than me now. You think you better than me now. I hate that mentality in people. It's like, no, I'm growing. What, you wanted me to be that same person I was back then? Like, you elevate every year, like you just said. Next year, you want to be better than you was this year. Yeah. A lot of people just be cool with getting to the bag. I'm getting the bag. But you could get another bag.
Exactly. There's plenty of bags out there.
Clearly. Clearly.
I do want to mention something, if you don't mind me advertising.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did just start an investment group called Oceans 11, and basically I'm just gonna tell you the gist of it. And if you or anybody's interested in it, you know what I'm saying, hit me up. But I have figured out a way to turn $100 into $63,800.
Hold up. How? Look.
Let me see something. I think you could share screen on here. Maybe I could find.
Oh yeah, you can.
Let me see.
Look at that at the bottom.
I'm trying to see if I could. Oh, okay. It said only you. It's cool, but wait. Let me see if I could add something in chat. Oh no. Okay. Don't worry. So basically,
look, multiple participants can share now.
I could even read this to you. Oh, you said I can share now?
Look, I made it. You should be able to share now, I think.
All right, let me go on the photos. Let me see if it's in this computer. Give me one sec. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah, I seen it. It was a photo that came up, but it just went down.
All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. I want to show you the pay chart.
Okay. Because I be having so many people hit me up. Like, first of all, the Bitcoin, like all these people, like, I can flip your money, send me this money, sugar daddies, sugar babies, all that stuff. I be wanting to get to the money, but I don't be wanting to get got.
No, see, I created this and I started it with my mother, father, family, cousins, close friends. And the biggest thing about me in this group is integrity. So, it's not one. Now I do know that there are other groups like this, but not as much money as this. But they are other groups like this, like you said, and I never even got in any of them. But I hear a lot of people say they were scammed and this and that. So this concept right here, I eliminated a lot of thinking, learning about colors and all of that. It's basically what you read. It's basically what you're reading. Is for you to get in the group is no money. When the board closed that your name is on, then you pay in your first phase. And as you can see, so on and so forth, you can see how much money you receive each time and how much money you give back.
And then how often is this? Is it weekly, monthly?
See, that because to be honest with you, what makes things like this take more longer than people expect is you have to keep recruiting people. But it's kind of good because at the same time you helping other people be blessed, but especially by adding them to a community that is a trustworthy community. So far I already got plenty of people paid so far. And the group only had it for like maybe 2 months.
Okay. And so with this, so let's say if I wanted to do phase 1, or let's say no, I want to do phase 2, I went in at $500. Now, so when you receive that get back normally take what, a month to come back?
Okay. All right, so get this. The 100 is the only thing of your money that you be putting in. Your That's money, it. we gonna work your money. And what's gonna happen is your board is gonna close that you paid in on, and then you're gonna receive $800. Then you give back $300. I mean, you give back $500, you keep $300. So your $100 already tripled. Then you move on to the next phase. You're not spending your money no more. You move on to the next phase, you're gonna get $4,000. And then you give back $2,500. This still ain't you. You only put $100 in.
You only put 100 in.
Yeah. And then
look, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You say you doing this now? You doing this right now?
Yeah, I could add you to the group, everything.
Yeah, but I think I need to be added.
I tell people.
Look, I think I need to add in.
Yeah, it's legit because before somebody call me a fraud, I'll go get every person in the world to join this thing. But it's real.
And that would be my whole problem is so I done join groups and stuff, and they be like, oh, you gonna make money, you just put the money in up front, and I'm gonna make sure everything good, you gonna make money. And then I don't never see no money, and then I just be like, then they might come back and be like, oh, you gotta pay a monthly fee. And I'm like, hold up, I was supposed to be making money, not continuing to give money.
No.
So this is completely different. I'm gonna give it one time, and then I'm gonna be making some money.
One time. I got people like that knew me like in high school and stuff. I got some people that's not even in the group. So, it's kind of like the Forex type thing. Like, you know how the money be growing? But this shit is super better than that. But even with us going every 3 months, we still more than that, But
yeah, and then I don't want to have to see. My thing is I don't have time to be watching those sites and that. Like, I just want to be able to make some money in my sleep. I already got too many jobs. I want to make some money in my sleep. So I want to just throw some money somewhere and it's going to build. And I can keep throwing it back in if it's going to keep building like that.
Yeah, it's going to build like that. And like I said, like, I'm going to add you to the app and stuff. But just check in because with our group, communication is there too. You got people that if you ever have a question like, hey, why does it take so long? Like the last board that we just closed, it took a minute because 10 people we spread out too. So you can make, if you on all 8 boards, you make 510,400. And you don't have to pay them all in one day. You do one at a time. That's what we doing right now.
So I can pay the $100 for one board and then get up to the next level where I get the 300 back, and then I can take that 300 and put that money on other boards.
You could do it like that, or if you did 100 every time a board close, you already be set in place. So when you get down,
It's
now
trickling
it becomes,
down.
yeah, now it gets to a point that, damn, you get paid every time a board close, and still, instead of just waiting for one board to close, you still getting your little nuggets. And
Okay.
after the
I
first
need nuggets.
payment, then the money gets a lot better, but we get the money back for you and it triples. But I know we ain't
Oh
cool
yeah.
about this. I know this ain't about that. But I just wanted to
Look,
challenge
look, look. We was rapping the call. I wanted to hear that, and I'm putting that out there. And I'm gonna join the group. And look, if it ain't right, I'm gonna blast you. But
you. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I know it's gonna be good.
Blast me if it's right too, then.
Look, I'm gonna blast you for sure if it's right. I'm gonna blast you for sure if it's right. Look, once I join, I'm gonna post it and say I joined, and then after that, and I say look get rocky. You see me start posting crazy, you know I'll talk about you.
Nah, this gonna work.
But I don't see that because you're a businessman, and I like that. I like business people. I like to hear the business side of it. I watch people all the time who try to hustle you based on talking. Talking is completely different than actually doing business and actually knowing what you're doing and knowing what you're talking about. Breaking it down to me in English. Don't be trying to make it sound like super extravagant. Like the way you broke it down is like plain simple. This is what it is. And all of that extra stuff like Forex, I can't get into it because it's so hard to understand.
Yeah. Cause
where I'm getting the money from.
I don't know. Cause I have a Forex through my pops. Now I would admit he brought a $500 package. He paid for me. Cause I'm like, whatever. The 500 is back there now, but I think that probably took about, let me see, maybe about 6 months
to get it back.
But it's back there now, and you get 200%. So now I basically have to wait for it to go to 1,000. If I'm gonna wait if I was to invest back into it. So they only let you get up to 200. I don't know. I like this one better.
Yeah, it's too much, and I be like, it's too much for me to study. So that's another business that you just brought out that you're doing now. Now you're doing the boards. So I just wanted to segue that in there too. So you got the water, you got the hair products, you got the studio, you got the you got everything. You got a U-Haul, like you got it all. So like with everything that you got going, what is your plans for your future? Like outside of this stuff, what is something else that you really want to accomplish?
Entrepreneur wise, or just like life or overall? I don't know, man. I think my biggest thing now, and I hate to be this person because I wasn't this person, but I want my motherfucking respect. Like I want my respect, and that's what I'm fighting for that right now. Cause people need to know it's a nigga right here that ain't fucking signed to quality control and all these big labels that's running his own shit. Like,
yeah, put some respect on that man's name.
Cause people
I get it. You deserve your respect. Cause anybody who's running their own business, multiple businesses, deserve some type of respect on their name.
I'm watching less.
With me, but you gotta respect me.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I want my name with whoever you want to brag about. Just go ahead and put my name there, and I'm good. And I'm gonna ride off into the sunset.
Now, where can people find you at? Find your stuff at? Shout out all your platforms, all your apps, your websites, everything, so people know where you at.
All right. First, I want to shout out to all my day ones, Tisa, Christ, my manager, Shadowbox. Shout y'all out. I wouldn't be able to do none of this stuff without y'all. Second, you can find me on Instagram at Faseworld, F-A-S-E world _ That's Faseworld _ You can find me there. On you can find me on all music streaming platforms. I got two names. I have Faseworld, F-A-S-E world. I'm the only Faseworld, period. But I also have Face, which is harder to find me, but you'll see me somewhere if you type in the name. But They just changed my name to Faseworld, so now we won't be having that issue moving forward. So I am dropping my first album under that name, so I'm excited about that.
Okay. All right. So you got all this going. You know, shout out your platforms. You want to tell everybody where your businesses is located at, so that way they can pull up.
6043 North Henry Boulevard, Dream House Studios. Pull up on us. You can't pull up to the beauty supply store yet. It still got the windows are still blocked off for the nosy people. But 6043 North Henry, we got event space, we got great recording quality and mix and masters. You don't even gotta come here. Let us mix and master your music. We got the U-Haul. We could book you wherever you at in the world. You don't gotta live in Georgia. Wherever you at, I book people all over the place. Friends just hit me up. They don't even go to the U-Haul. They hit me up. I book them and still make my money.
Hey, that's
so. Give me a call if you in Canada. Call 1-800-FACE.
You're gonna have that number for real soon. 1-800-FACE.
It's sad because I want to be a lawyer one day.
Oh no.
That'd be another business, right?
You might have to shut down everything else. But I appreciate you today with this interview and you just opening up. I like to get people to talking and opening up, and I feel like after in the beginning you was a little like, okay, what this is about. After a while, you started to really opening up and really started to let things out, and that's what I like about having these kind of interviews, is getting people to open up and feel comfortable with telling their stories to me and being able to share it with everybody else on social media and all these other platforms as well. So I appreciate you for sitting down and taking this time out of your day for this interview today.
No problem. And I'm going to make sure I send you that Ocean 11 information so you could at least, check it out. Yes.
I'll be in touch.
The code.
This is 2HotRadio with your girl Princess with the Real. I got Faseworld in the building. Discussing his story. Y'all keep it locked and keep it loaded.